Have you ever sat at your desk, staring at the clock, just wishing you could walk away and work for yourself? We all have that dream, but jumping ship too early can turn that dream into a nightmare. Knowing exactly when to quit your job to start a business is the biggest choice you will ever make. Today, I'm going to share a powerful story that reveals 7 signs you are ready to be an entrepreneur without risking everything you have. Meet Maya. She's a 28-year-old woman who spends her days typing away at a very demanding logistics company. The office is loud, the boss is strict, and the hours are long. But Maya's real passion comes alive at night. Every evening, she turns her small kitchen into a bakery. She makes beautiful, custom cakes and pastries, selling them to people in her local community. Maya loves baking. It brings her joy. But doing both jobs is destroying her sleep and her health. Every morning, she wakes up exhausted. She desperately wants to quit her office job and go all in on her baking business, but she is terrified. What if she fails? What if no one buys her cakes next month? How will she pay her rent? One Saturday morning, Maya decides to go to a local community park to get some fresh air and clear her heavy head. She sits down on a wooden bench, staring blankly at the pond. A few moments later, an older gentleman sits on the other end of the bench. His name is Mr. Henderson. Mr. Henderson is well known in the area. He used to own a very successful chain of local restaurants, starting from just a tiny food cart many years ago. Seeing Maya looking so stressed and lost in thought, he kindly asks her if everything is all right. Maya, needing someone to talk to, pours her heart out. She tells him all about her baking, her stressful office job, and her deep fear of going broke if she leaves her secure paycheck. Mr. Henderson listens patiently. He nods, understanding exactly how she feels, because he was once in her shoes. He looks at Maya and says, "Maya, making the leap is brave, but it should never be blind. There are exactly 7 things you must think about before you hand in that resignation letter." Maya sits up straight, ready to listen to every single word. The first thing, Mr. Henderson begins, is that you must start small. The biggest mistake new business owners make is jumping into the deep end before they know how to swim. You might be tempted to rent a huge bakery shop right now. Don't do it. Keep baking from your kitchen. Learn how to sell 1 cake consistently, then figure out how to sell 3 and then 10. If you start too big without the right experience, the risk of losing everything is massive. Grow step by step. Maya nods, realizing she had been looking at expensive store rentals online just the night before. Second, he continues, look very closely at the money your cakes are making right now. It is dangerous to quit if your baking just barely covers your monthly bills. Business goes up and down. A safe rule to follow is this: wait until your side business makes twice as much money as you need to live. That extra money gives you a cushion. When sales are slow, and they will be sometimes, you won't panic because you have that buffer.
Third, you need an emergency safety net. Before you even think about leaving your job, you must have an emergency savings fund in the bank. You need to save enough money to cover at least 6 months of your personal living expenses. A whole year is even better. This fund is your peace of mind. If your oven breaks down, or if business is slow during the winter, you will not have to stress about putting food on your own table. You can just focus on your business. Mr. Henderson takes a slow breath and looks out at the park. The fourth thing, Maya, is knowing how to actually run the business. Baking a delicious cake is only 20% of the job. The rest of it is marketing, dealing with unhappy customers, buying supplies at a good price, and doing your taxes. You need to learn these skills right now. Do not wait until you quit your job to figure out how to run social media or balance a budget. Learn the business side while you still have your job. Maya writes this down in her mind. She knew her cakes tasted good, but her marketing was definitely weak. Number 5 is pure determination. Starting a business is not a movie montage. It is hard, grinding work. You will face fierce competition. You will have days where everything goes wrong. You must have the mental strength to face these hurdles without giving up. You have to be ready to fight for your dream on the days you feel completely exhausted. Sixth, he says, holding up his fingers, is the stability of your side income. It is great if you had a busy month selling cakes for a holiday, but is it stable? You need to prove to yourself that your side business can bring in good, steady money for at least 3 to 6 months in a row. A 1-month lucky streak is not enough to quit your secure job. You need a proven, reliable pattern of sales. And finally, the 7th point. You have to understand the risks.
Who else is selling cakes in your town? What happens if the cost of flour, sugar, and eggs doubles next year? By understanding what could go wrong before it actually happens, you can make a plan to survive it. Don't just hope for the best, Maya. Prepare for the worst so nothing can surprise you. Maya sits quietly on the bench, taking in all of Mr. Henderson's wisdom. She feels a massive weight lift off her shoulders. She realizes she isn't quite ready to quit her job today. She needs to save a bit more money, practice her marketing, and track her sales for a few more months to ensure they are stable. She thanks Mr. Henderson from the bottom of her heart. For the first time in months, she has a clear, safe, and smart plan for her future. When you hear Maya's story, you realize that the path to success isn't about rushing blindly into the unknown. If you want to start a business, you have to build a solid foundation first. The day you decide to quit your job should be a day of absolute confidence, not fear. Real entrepreneurship is about patience and preparation. Whether you are looking for small business tips to grow your current project or aiming for total financial freedom, transitioning a side hustle to full-time takes proper business planning. It is not just about hoping for passive income to magically appear in your bank account. It requires a true success mindset. Take your time, learn how to make money online or in your local community safely, and build something that will last a lifetime. If this story helped you see your own path a little clearer, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more stories and advice that can change your life. Let me know in the comments below what kind of business you were dreaming of starting. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next one.